Thou shalt not bear false witness. Here's the best thing about this commandment. It's so contrary to popular perceptions of this profession. And I love the fact that people not only think we're dishonest, but they have no problem with telling us that they think we're dishonest. I'm getting my hair cut in a place, a very large national chain. Now, we have them, you have them all over this state, and quite frankly, because we're doing the webinar, lawyers can be anywhere, so I don't want to embarrass anybody. I never do that. So let me just say, I'm not going to name the company, but if you go to this place, you may or may not get a supercut. That's all I'm saying, but I'm not embarrassing anybody, all right? I'm in the chair, and the stylist says to me, "Oh, wow, you're a lawyer. That's so interesting." Because at one point I thought about being a lawyer, but in the end I realized I'm basically just too honest. Really? So, wow, what a coincidence. You know, at one point I thought about being a stylist. Yeah, I did, but in the end I realized I'm basically just too smart. Let me just warn you. If you do that, you do not get a supercut that day. As I look out of here, it looks like a couple of you tried that. Don't do that anymore. Look at our rules. I just take just 3 of them here. You'll see what a level of honesty and candor that's required in this profession that goes far beyond what anybody else in life will be required to do. We really should be proud of. Look at commandment or rule 3.3, conduct before a tribunal. I'm going to point out A2, and I'm not going to read it. Let me just paraphrase it for you. It says, a lawyer shall not fail to disclose to the court legal authority that is directly adverse to the position of the client, but not otherwise disclosed by stupid opposing counsel. I'm paraphrasing. It says if opposing counsel is too stupid to figure out the law that will win them the case, you must tell them, or at least the court, because you must make sure that the court is making their decisions based on current, accurate legal authority. Now, as a lawyer, as an officer of the court, that is the most obvious obligation in the world to us. What other obligation would we have? I want you to think about that in another context. Yesterday, I came over here and I was in Buffalo, and my understanding is that in Buffalo there's a semi-pro football team. The Bells, the Bulls. Hey, don't be mad at me, all right? I wasn't the one who lost 4 Super Bowls in the 90s. No, I was in college. Don't act like it was me, all right? But here's the thing. Let's assume, because you guys seem to be Bells or Bulls fans, whatever they're called. I want to just sort of think of it this way, all right? And use your imagination. It's going to require a lot of imagination. You're going to have to imagine that your team wins some games this year. Keep going with me. It's going to get harder. That they go to the playoffs. Now, not only do they go to the playoffs, they win a couple games in the playoffs. Now, this is getting crazy. They get to the AFC title game. It's the 4th quarter. They're down by 5 points. Your quarterback, whoever he is that week, lines the team up at the line of scrimmage, takes a snap, drops back, he scrambles left, he scrambles right, he sees your receiver in the corner of the end zone. Now here's where you really got to use your imagination. Your quarterback throws the ball, and you have to imagine your receiver catches it. Referee signals touchdown, the Bills are going back to lose another Super Bowl. Woo! Everybody's excited. Here's the problem. Your head coach, whoever he is that week, notices that the receiver's right foot was out of bounds. At what point does he take that red flag out of his pocket, throw it on the field, say, hold on, everybody, stop all this celebrating, we lose? And does he get out of the parking lot? No and no. That is literally our obligation as officers of the court. Say, hold on, Your Honor, there's a case, and if it was on point, we'd lose, but, and what's the but? That case is nothing like ours, right? Sure, it happened on the same day. A lot of people had the same names, nothing like ours. Right? Now, don't get carried away with candor, okay? Because I don't want you to think it's conduct before a tribunal. I don't want you to get carried away and think that it requires total candor. See, total candor might require you to tell the judge that comb-over thing isn't working. Don't do that. True candor might require you to tell the lady judge that black isn't always so slimming. Don't do that.